أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To begin this week, let us reflect on a tradition from the fifth Imam, Muhammad al-Baqir, may God's peace and blessings be upon him. The tradition which we want to look at today gives us some indications about true brotherhood and sisterhood within Islam. You know, sometimes this word becomes just something that we rattle off our tongues, that he's my Muslim brother, she's my Muslim sister. But, you know, we sometimes use it very easy on the tongue. It's used sometimes and it doesn't really mean what it should mean. You know, what is the definition of a brother or sister in religion? Is it just somebody who follows the same religion, that has a same set of belief system? Or does it go deeper than that? You know, what is the true relationship between two brothers or two sisters? What is the relationship that Islam envisions for a community of believers? How should they interact with one another? The tradition today, and this is one of maybe hundreds of such traditions, which lay down the fundamentals of fraternity, of brotherhood, of sisterhood within a society, within a community. This is one of the many of them. And in this beautiful tradition for today, the fifth Imam shows us the true meaning of brotherhood or sisterhood within Islam. He says the following: the worst brother is the one who stays with you in your affluence and abandons you in your poverty. The fifth Imam shows us clearly, when he looks at who is not your brother or sister in religion, one who really doesn't care about you, is just using this as words on their tongue, that they're your brother or sister, that that they're in that bond of fraternity. And he says the worst of these individuals is one who, when you're rich, when things are going good, when you have a job, when you have money coming in, that they'll hang around with you. They'll be with you. They'll go out to the movies with you. They'll go out to dinner with you. You guys will go on maybe on a vacation together, or go here and there, even on short trips with one another. But he says the worst of those is that when you're rich, they're with you. But when you're poor, they're nowhere to be seen. And I'm sure many people have experienced this in our day-to-day lives, where when things were going good, where we had a job, that people were wanting to be around us, where we could have friends, you'd go to their home, you could sit and relax and talk and have fun with one another. But when you lose your job, when you're not, when you're not as well off as you were in the past, many times those real friends, or I can say people that you thought were real friends, end up abandoning you, end up leaving and deserting you. Maybe they're afraid that now that you're jobless, that you'll ask them for some money, and they're too miserly to help. Maybe they're afraid, obviously very tongue-in-cheek I say this, that your poverty would rub off on them. That if you lost your job, that they too would fall into the same predicament that you are in. Many, many reasons why people might do this. But the Imam shows us that this is the worst of people. That when you're rich, when things are going good, when everything is just, running smoothly, that they're with you. But when things become a bit shaky, those people who you thought were your friends, maybe even who your own family members, maybe a brother, maybe a sister, maybe a cousin, when things get a bit rough and shaky in your life, that they abandon you. The Imam shows us that this is one of the worst people to have around us, are those who are only with us when times are good, when times are at ease. And so obviously we have to realize that we need to choose our friends very carefully, but also at the same time, we can reflect on this hadith in the opposite way, meaning that if we are in that position, if we have friends who have lost their job, who are not in times of ease, that we don't abandon them, that we still have that love for them. And yes, we even open up our hearts and our wallet, if need be, to help them out in difficult situations, just as we would want others to hopefully help us to get us back on our own 2 feet. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.